I'll stick around here until you're back.
Ready to go.
No, me neither. We're gonna take you out. Just what
Can't use this lift from here. Hang on. Perfect timing.
Told you one. I'll find a place to land.
enemy is on it. Direct hit.
Let's go after him.
Chew on that. Just need one good.
You'll pay! I was doing fine until you showed up.
Have mercy!
Nothing about mercy in the code. Take this! Almost here. I can feel it. All those years on this backwater planet will be worth it. For Tantalum.
Won't stand still!
Won't open from this side.
I'll get you. Got a hostile.
All right, let's get back to work.
Let's hope we don't need it. Won't open from this side.
I'm with you, Custis. I'm with you, Custis. Will you look at this place? Incredible. Incredible.
Caught one as he tried to escape.
Please, I surrender!
This is the army that ended the mighty Jedi Order? Kill him.
Look at this tech. You know, my daughter loves gadgets.
Yeah?
Her favorite is this black market scanner I took off a Hut enforcer. What a mess of a father I've been.
Nobody's perfect. You're fighting to give her a better life.
You're right. All of this. Hope we're not too late. If Dagon gets off planet with the compass.
He flies out of here and we never see him again.
Well, then let's pick up the pace and make sure that doesn't happen.
Where are all the raiders.
Oh, I don't like the look of this.
We're nearly at the top.
No going back now. You sure you want to push that button?
Do we have a choice?
All right, let's do this.
Eliminate the Jedi. Eliminate the Jedi.
Not a new chance.
System damage.
He has to be here.
Adjusting strategy.
I love my job.
Okay, I'll look.
Guess we found the party. Let's take them down!
Don't give him any food.
Mediocre.
I've lost count.
What do you think you're doing with that thing?
Jedi stuff. Don't worry about it.
Show off.
I'm sure Z can decrypt this for us. Let's try again.
Expensive toys, huh? Those Republic scientists had it good.
life ends here. I shall ascend. I shall ascend. I shall ascend.
Shortcut. Nice. Have a nice nap?
Not exactly. Also, not a nap.
Looked like a nap.
I shall ascend. I shall ascend.
Observatory is up ahead.
Right behind the army of Bedlam droids.
I'm gonna take you out.
Keep pushing. No holding back now. Almost there, Cal. This is it.
What hit us with critical damage? Lowering expectations.
Let him have it.
Taking the shot. Take down. Damage taken. Upward strike. Useless. Pathetic. Nothing. Weapons engaged.
We're close. Hope you saved some for Dagon.
I'm ready. How about you, BD?
got a fight ahead, Cal. I'm game if you are.
I will not return. Seek me out, or go to Tanalor. That is yours to decide. May the
Guess he
Force
got the
be with
message
you.
a few years too late.
If Centauri had only stood with me, we could have convinced the Council that Tanalor was worth the sacrifice. Now she's gone. Revis is gone. The Order is gone, and I am free!
You're not free, Dagon. You're alone.
Why are you here when your true enemy is out there? How could you let the galaxy fall to this unworthy machine of an empire? You think yourself a survivor, but you are a failure!
They haven't beaten us. Not yet.
Now who is blinded by the past? Within the Abyss, the Empire cannot reach us. I will forge these raiders into an elite army led by disciples trained in the Force at my temple. Then when the time is right, I will strike out and cleanse this galaxy with fire.
We've already got an Emperor. Give us the compass.
And why would I do that?
Because I'm a father who's running out of options. And you're standing in the way of a better life for my little girl. You hand it over, or I will put you down.
What small dreams you cling to? Enough! Tanalor beckons. You're still chained by the past. It will be your grave. You're simply faster. You will not stop me. How pathetic. does it feel to know that you're about to die? That your life meant nothing? Don't resist. You can't hide from me. Ah, yes. I feel it. Loss. Suffering. Shame. Anger. There's immense power in such emotions, but you were too weak. And now it's too late.
The shuttles are leaving. I will not return. You're lost. You've strayed from the path. And you are no Jedi.
Please, tell me this is real. What happened?
Some kind of force hallucination. Fueled by fear. I use his against him.
Not so scary now. It's still in one piece. BD? Give you some good news.
Maybe Dagon was right.
You sure you're not still, you know?
Think about it. Tanalor's a fortress. We should use it for the hidden path. Gather allies, train. They'd never see us coming.
I don't know, that seems risky.
Everything is at risk so long as the Empire's around. Besides, you don't want Kata spending her whole life in hiding, do you?
If she's safe, Cal? Yeah. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I understand that. But someday, someone's gonna have to face the Empire. Why not us? I bet Cordova can fix this up. Let's head back to Jeddah.
Sure. I'm gonna take a look around first, see if I can find a manual for that thing or something.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. You saved my neck. Again. Thanks.
You go ahead, Cal. I'm sure the crew can't wait to hear the news.
Meet you back at the Mantis. terminal will have to wait.
This one's a rare catch indeed.
What is it?
The fabled farfish. Its tail is one riven with greed, soaked to the bone with tragedy. There are scant few far left on account of their succulent glands. But I do not intend to harvest the poor creature for its organs. I intend to bring it back to the saloon, where I might one day find a mate for it.
Playing matchmaker, huh? You found another fawfish before?
No, but fishing's about leaving the world better than you found it. A ripple's only as good as the stone you cast. Now for a tale, lad. So, you wish to prick up your ears and receive the tale of scuba?
If you're sharing stories, we'll listen. Hold on a second. Off we go. Can't go wrong with more stems. let's stop here.
A new specimen? Fascinating. Finish planting it, and I'll tell you what I know.
Got new seeds to plant.
When plants grow, you grow.
A new species for the garden. Let's talk to Peely about it. And let's put something else there. Let's clear that space.
New seeds, magnificent. After you've planted one, I'll share what I know.
Now, where should this go? All right, something new for the garden. No doubt Peely has some wisdom about it.
Ah, I was hoping you'd find seeds like that. Put one in the ground. I'll share what I've learned.
Maybe we'll move this one. Got new seeds to plant.
Garden in peace, and you bring peace to all.
Time to move things around. Should make this look vibrant. We've got a new plant. Let's talk to Peely about it. Good spot to grow. How about here? Perfect. Let's plant this here. Which would look good here? Let's find another spot for this. How about here? Got new seeds to plant.
Garden in peace, and you bring peace to all.
All right, something new for the garden. No doubt Peely has some wisdom about it. Let's plant this here. What's best for this plant? Perfect. Let's plant this here. Now, where should this go? There's a better home for this.
The garden can use your talents.
This could bring some color to the garden. That's a new species. Better hear what Peely has to say about it. This seems like a good place for it. I think they'll like it there, buddy. Let's sow some new seeds. There, your new home. Let's plant this here. Good spot to grow. Never seen this one. I should talk to Peely about it.
Every seed is a fresh start.
We've got other plans for you. And you go over here. Got some seeds. Let's get them in the ground. Here's your new home. That's a new species. Better hear what Peely has to say about it. Can't wait to see that one grow. We've got a lot to choose from here. Get to growing.
Cultivate, Cal. Cultivate.
Here, BD. Might as well plant some of these seeds. Get to growing. Never seen this one. I should talk to Peely about it. Any ideas for a color, BD? There you go, little seed. Let's clear that space. I think they'll like it there, buddy. Can't wait to see that one grow. The right color can make this plant pop. We'll grow safe here. I'm sure Peely knows something about this plant.
Ooh, a cactus ball. Its sharpest thorns are right in the center to defend against the most persistent predator. That fruit shell will be wonderful.
Hold on a second.
Ah, I was hoping you'd find seeds like that. Put one in the ground. I'll share what I've learned. New seeds, magnificent. After you've planted one, I'll share what I know.
Oh, a friendly thing. Quality wares, 100% guaranteed. You like that one.
I'll grab this one.
I held that one just for you.
Looks good to me.
It's a deal.
Ready, BD? Thanks for the ride. Shard. Let's trade it at Doma's shop. I don't bite, I promise. We'll get around faster now. Here we go! Thanks for the help. Let's go. Up! Jump! Oh. Thanks for the ride. there, friend. Good, Neko. Now! You know your way around Kobo, don't you? Let's go, BD. Thanks for the lift. I don't bite, I promise. I wish I had a treat for you. Something for the garden. Lock tight. Hey, little guy. to the left. You know your way around Kobo, don't you? That's a very good Neko. Here we go, buddy. Let's move.
So you got the compass, yeah? Well, guess that's it. Next stop Jeddah and then...
Pardon.
Cal? When we were fighting Dagon, those hallucinations, what were they for you?
Our friends, suffering because they followed me. And I couldn't do anything to stop it.
I saw Kata in her room, stormtroopers coming for her, breaking down the door. But you know what? That's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Thanks for being there and having my back.
No. Thank you, brother. We're closer than ever to giving the people we love real safety. Hope Cordova can fix that compass.
So you got the compass, yeah? Well, guess that's it. Next stop Jeddah, and then, you know... it rhymes with Mandalore.
You sure you're ready to leave Pyloons behind?
Well, I gotta admit, it's in good hands. And this ain't...
One moment.
So you got the compass, yeah? Well, guess that's it. Next stop Jeddah, and then, you know... it rhymes with Mandalore.
You sure you're ready to leave Pyloons behind?
Well, I gotta admit, it's in good hands. And this ain't a one-way trip. We can still visit, right?
Just have to be careful.
Sure. I was more of a risk taker when I was younger. These days, I just want a place to call home. I'm good, Cal.
I know that look.
What look? I don't have a look.
Dagon. His army. Those were long odds. Even for you.
I didn't let my past control me. Dagon's overwhelmed him. To be honest, I had no idea if I could. But I had to believe.
Well, I knew you would come back.
Of course. You're not getting rid of me that easily.
We should go back to Jeddah soon. Sierra and Cordova are waiting.
Can't call an echo from here.
Oh, hey! It's you! I saw you tearing through the woods. Remember me? Name's Toa. I'm a historian. Freelance these days.
Cal, also freelance. You planning on doing more exploring?
Of course. This is my first time beyond the Mid-Rim, but I can already tell this place is a trove. Centuries ago, folks couldn't wait to scratch out a living under a new sky. And hell, they sure chose a vibrant world.
Vibrant, huh?
Hey, let me know if you find any more of those chambers, yeah?
Will do.
I might have located another meditation chamber, Cal.
Where?
Inside the Valley Silo. No one's been inside for some time, but there are rumors. Some other time, okay?
So how'd you become a music producer?
I was born on Ryosa, in the Inner Rim.
I've heard of it. Lots of heavy industry.
Yeah, you couldn't escape the factories. So I used to make little tunes out of the noise from them in my head.
You started early then.
And never stopped. We have some tunes, but there's gotta be so much left.
Seems like you and Doma have some history.
That's right. She took me in, showed me around, hid me, because I was on the run, Cal.
On the run, huh? What'd you do?
The heist of the century. Every bounty hunter in the galaxy was after me.
You pulled off a heist?
Is that so hard to believe?
Well, yeah.
And that's how I pulled it off. No one thinks much of me around here, so they never see me coming. They never see me coming. And that's when I get them.
I know what you are, for what it's worth.
Do you now?
Sure. The way you carry yourself. That saber on your belt. I won't say anything, of course.
Why not? The bounty could be your ticket off-world.
And I've already told you enough about my past business to land me in an Imperial intake yard.
Guess I'll have to settle for honor among outlaws.
Look, I know what it's like to have a losing streak tied around your throat. And I respect anyone who keeps fighting even when the chips are down.
You're a hard man to read, Moran.
Then, as they say, I've still got it.
Do you take requests, Ash?
You can try.
Great. Do you know about unsettling throat intonations?
Oh, deep cut. Aren't those only performed under
Another time.
I was reading that they use...
What are we feeling like?
We could try to decode it in...
A lot of prospectors around here. Have you ever tried your hand at mining Priorite?
Once. I found it enlightening. Some prospectors invited me to join them on an expedition. We descended to the mines, but when my back was turned, they fled.
They ditched you?
Yes. Alone, I calmly walked through the darkness, trusting my intuition. I found another exit.
And the prospectors?
Dead. Gorako attack. If I had chased them, I would have perished too. Let this be a lesson. Always go your own way. Now is not the time to speak.
Buy something this time, will ya? Kestis putting the kibosh on the raiders? Look at you!
I doubt they're gone. Just a little bruised.
Still, I'm impressed. Without a leader, they're gonna lose a lot of oomph.
Yeah? There's an open spot at the top of the raider ladder. You interested?
No thanks. Too much heat. But you're right. If I had to guess, something big and mean is gonna swallow up those raiders.
Don't like the sound of that.
I didn't think you would. Hey, Hunter. The Hexion's bloodhound, Vaslin Martz, has been sniffing around for you on the mountain. This guy's moving in with his stealth squad, so make sure not to get blindsided.
Copy that. Watch my back, BD?
Huh. Kinda starting to like that little droid. Kinda.
All right, you old bat. I'm in.
Ha ha ha! There's the bonehead I know. Talk later, buddy. Cal, just in time. The old grouch just made the best decision of his life.
Yeah?
Uh-huh. I'm done pounding sand. Reckon we're ready for a big score.
The big score. The one we've been waiting for. Sitting right under the imps' noses. Got a tip about some derelict Imperial equipment up on the mountain. prospectors have been too yellow to go for it. But we ain't yellow.
We sure ain't.
This time tomorrow, we'll be sitting pretty on an industrial fuel injector.
Glad to hear someone's not letting the Empire scare them away. But you need to be careful up there.
Oh, we got it all figured out. Got a map and everything.
Better get our autographs now, Cal. Next time we meet, we might be above your pay grade.
There's a Garako stalking around Dredger Gorge.
Oh, yeah?
Nasty fella. Reminds me of a creature my sister and I hunted on Firana. Fast, strong, tore through everything in its path.
Sounds dangerous.
And it's all yours. My advice? When it's on the rampage, get out of the way or it'll flatten you.
Thanks for the heads up.
Talk soon.
Gonna have to throw some food together when we get to Tanalorr, Cal. You know, to celebrate.
Sounds like a great idea. You have anything in mind?
Oh, you name it. Colo Claro, deep-fried Nuna legs. Oh, Ormachek?
You really think you can find all that?
Sure. Say, do you know if Bode has any food allergies?
I can ask.
Great. If not, I can get some mojito burgers, ice fish, Eniac Bob.
I'll leave you to it.
Oh, sour berries, roast pomork. Oh, I wonder if I could find some meat pie.
Later, Grease.
I'm excited to see Seer again. Those anchorites, though, not so much. We going to Jeddah or what?
Gotta hand it to you, Cal. Wherever you go, the action surely follows.
Hey, you wanted customers, right?
That I did. The place is packed. And if we keep going at this rate, we're gonna need a bouncer.
Well, maybe Mosey's looking for some extra income.
Interesting proposition. If I had to put my life in someone else's hands, it'd be Mosey's.
Okay, Monk, lay it on me. Who's got an outstanding debt around here?
Turgle owes a small fortune, but I wouldn't exactly call it outstanding.
Are you kidding me right now? Hey, Mother, did you remember to
I think we
turn
might have
the
been a little
lights?
hard on our old buddy. I asked you to do that, old boy.
Ask me?
Come on.
Who's the boss around here anyway?
Hard to say. We should probably figure that out.
Cal, you missed a right squall around here. Where have you been?
Here and there.
Well, you're here now. Did you hear about Turgle's shell?
Can't say I did.
You got to check it out. Said he found it in the wash. To think.
You two have too much time on your hands.
You ought to keep an ear to the ground, kid. News like this doesn't find itself.
So, you wish to prick up your ears and receive the tale of Scuba?
If you're sharing stories, we'll listen.
Then you be a fool, my lad. The sordid tale will bring you nothing but grief and woe.
Okay, well, if you're not sharing stories, we'll...
Oh, fine, I'll tell you. At your own assistance, and at your own peril. My story begins in a small village on the frozen banks of Sakavi Tar, my home world. Nights black as quillfish innards. Winters so cold, a stern look could turn you to glass.
Doesn't sound like the easiest place to grow up.
Difficult, aye. From the moment your mother's milk froze on your tongue to the moment you foundered upon frozen streets. You see, the fishes, they had the right of it. They dwelt far below the ice, where warm currents danced like ribbons in the wind. To fish so scarce a quarry, on account of the great fish famine, well, it's nae a mild undertaking. But for all the belly-aching now, 'twas a peaceful enough life for a wee Sakavian with an instinct for the road.
So you discovered your talent early.
Such a talent was I, that as a lad, nae hardly sporting my first prickly chin hair, I was given an audience with Undone. But that be a tale for another time. Where were we? Ah, yes. By virtue of my prodigious fishing talents, I was taken to see the mysterious one they call Undone. I can see it still. Wee Scuba, ushered into yon black-mouthed cave. I could barely make out the figure, glinting with moonlight. I scrubbed my eyes, like a old tar scrubbing the deck. And there she was, a vast creature. Great tentacles blooming from her blubber, like cables gorging on a fuel tank. One of the tentacles twitched into the air, just over my head, and then, wham! Right on the noggin, so I'm told. I staggered out the cave like a lover first acquainted with a deck. But something else happened. I think when that fell tentacle struck me, Undone took something straight out of my brain and put something else in.
She put something in your brain?
Aye, boy. The subtle art of catching a fish. The art of focus. And in the dark, with nothing but the bristles on your chin for company, that focus is special. From that day forward, when I plunged my line into the frigid waters, it would emerge with a fish. 3 times out of 7.
That's less than half.
My village told me that I'd be the one to save them from the great fish famine. Little did I know that the grapnel was soon to arrive on our shores.
Gonna assume that's a bad thing.
Perhaps, lad. And perhaps not. But that'll be a story for another time. The tale continues. When we last spoke, I warned of the grapnel's arrival. That great ship came descending on us like an anchor cutting the deep. Ne'er a more fearsome ship did you clamp by on. She was sharp, like a fish, like the nose of a bony fish. She had 3 great claws. Aye, the landing gear. But when her great jaws parted, the loading landing ramp. Will you hush and let Scuba tell the story? Her great jaws parted, disgorging her dread crew. A more vile pack of fisher folk you never did see. And led by the vilest of them all, Captain Wanyek Wet, the bearded, bezel-less band that he intended to fish in our waters. Trophy hunters they were, in search of the most rare catches. Well, we Sakavians refused. We had the Great Famine to contend with, see? Every fish was precious. But the ferocious captain didn't care for our troubles. With a belch, he produced from his creel a mighty harpoon. Wait, cried wee Scuba, hopping off of his rock. I know these waters like the taste of my own tongue. There'll be few fish beneath yon ice. But, continued I, if you take me with you, and if you leave my village be, I could show you how to coax the rarest of fishes onto your line. Aye. The dread captain stroked his briny beard. After a long moment, he held out his hand and grinned most terribly. Lad, said he, you be a luck. I'll be requiring another for me crew, one who knows the curve of the sea. Oh, Cal, if I could only go back to that moment when I shook Captain Wet's rigid hand, for me I'd never stepped off my wee rock. But my encounter with Undan had given me a taste for the unknown. I couldn't resist the call of adventure, and I had to save my people. So, I left with the grapnel, thinking the business done. I would be a fisher for Captain Wet. Of course, my adventure had only begun. For just when the grapnel hit orbit...
More trouble, I take it?
But I've havered on long enough. Come back another time and I'll tell you more. So, you wish to hear of a time on the grapnel with the crew of the dread Captain Wanyek Wet?
Let's hear it.
Aye. My tenure began with quite a bump. The moment the grapnel hit orbit, her claxons began to sing. A barrack ship full of lawful types swam out to the stars and hailed us. What be the meaning of this? Growled our captain. We're simple fisher folk. Your transponder codes tell a different tale, came the reply. You be standing on stolen property, you do. Aye, you've rightful caught us, said the captain. Come on aboard, and I'll surrender what was stolen. But scarcely had the lubbers set boot on the deck of the grapnel, when wham! The captain's harpoon skewered them like a quailfish on a spit. No, you can't do that when you're running line, can you? Said the captain to me, grinning in his foulsome way. I'm sorry to say that I picked up the harpoon that black day. For years, I did not toss a fish back into the sea where I caught her. Well, that is until... blubbered you to death. I'll continue my tale soon, lad. Aye, so we returned to my time on the grapnel. Against the protestations of my heart, I forsook the rod and line for the harpoon. For years, we trawled the outer rim, spearing every fish that happened across our path. Talented as I was, I speared more fish than the rest of the crew. Put together, fool as I was, I didn't have the wisdom to be ashamed. The dread Captain Wanyek Wet took notice. He showered me in brevets, gave me the best of catches, and scarcely a year after I left Sakavitar, I became his first mate. Shortly after my promotion, we were on our way to Manan to sell the carcass of a gooberfish. But, wham! Just as we dove out of hyperspace and the great ocean world streaked into view, so did she. The most glorious creature I'd ever beheld. A whale of marvelous proportion. But swimming through Manan's orbit like it was nothing but an easterly current back home. I was transfixed.
No kidding. How close did you get?
Funny you should ask. I didn't have long to set my eyes above before he crashed headlong into her. The grapnel bounced off her like chum off flotsam. We plummeted down to the ocean, sundering the grapnel on the sea floor, where a gang of pirate quarren were holed up. The filthy Zephyrs. We swam out to the ribbon hull and found themselves surrounded by Quarren, demanding all manner of things, including our bounty of fish. So, away we swam, Captain White, the crew, and myself. But, blind as we were at such depth, we shortly ran into a dead end, finding ourselves surrounded by Quarren. Find me again, and I'll continue the tale.
So, Scuba, whatever happened with the pirates?
So there we were, 4 Quarren, armed with spears, each way a mind to make a mantelpiece of my wee rubbery head. I looked over to me captain, and he stared right back, waving his arms like a goober fish in heat, at the harpoon I held in my hand. Oh, for a black instant, I considered nailing those pirate Quarren to the rocks with my harpoon. But something stopped me from pulling the trigger. Perhaps it was the sparkle that caught my eye. The sparkle of a passing glumbrig eel. What would those pirates say to a whole school of glumbrig eels? A crackle and a sparkle as they be, thought I. So I opened my wee mouth and emitted the mating call of the eel.
You speak eel?
Aye, but I forgot to turn on me comm. We Scuba alone heard the cry. But my demented expression put such a fright on the Quarren that they dropped the blasters. By the time they'd come to the senses, we were swimming away as fast as our flippers could carry us. It was only later, as we fled aboard the Zephyr's schooner, that I realized how close the real danger was. But I shall continue the tale next time. Where did we end? Ah, yes. The monstrous Captain Wet, his crew and myself fled aboard the pirate schooner of the filthy Zephyrs. Well, fast as the morning thaw, I could tell something was off. One yet, it wouldn't look me in the eye. Oh, and a dreadful stench was a-brewing his rotten beard. An augur of fate most ill. One yet took the helm, and with landing claws away we flew to deep space, putting a few lifetimes between us and those pirates. We found ourselves afield of the Parlibian trade route. As soon as the captain took his hand off the yoke, he put it on his harpoon and gave me a look like a half-starved puka-cat iron sprat. Scuba, snarled the vile captain. You've gone as soft as an oyster's navel. If I couldn't trust you to spare a Quarren with their blaster in your mouth, how could I trust you to skewer the great goober fish? Aye, my hesitance to pull the trigger had me undone. In spite of my most rabid pleas, the captain jettisoned wee Scuba in an escape pod. The last thing I saw was his dread smile, crooked like a bayman's backbone. And so, my time aboard the grapnel met a briny end. Sitting alone in a pod, in deep space, with nothing but a tank of old cod and gash. I'll tell you more later, lad. The despair, the stench. It's enough to set my stomach a churn to this very day.
Scuba, back to your story. Were you actually marooned in deep space by Captain Wet?
Aye, lad. There I sat, tummy a-rumble, gazing out at the void. A somber reflection staring back from the porthole. Was it hours? Years? Neither would faze me. But I do recall this. After a term most interminable, there she was, like a bowsprit cutting through a crest. A great space whale, still sporting the grapnel's imprint on her side, emerged from a parted void. Aye, even now it brings the salt to my eyes. Her great blubbery undulations tossed me pod through the stars like a goose-winged skiff. The stars swirled about like 100,000 fishes until suddenly I saw a planet below. There my pod crashed, and there I was rescued by kindly locals. I had been saved by this marvelous creature from the depths of space. I tried searching for her. Alas, to no avail. She eluded me for years before I packed my satchel and headed home for Sakavi Tar. Most didn't believe what I'd seen. They say she was not with the terminal spasm of a starving salt's brain. But I know what I saw, lad. I know what I saw. Of course, when I returned home, things were not as I remembered them. But that be a tale for another time. So, after years of searching for the great whale, I returned home to the frozen shores of Sakavi Tar, where my tale began. And this world on which I was weaned and warmed seemed but a moon to me careworn eyes. So small. I foot-slogged my way back to Undun's cave, but I found it empty, and somehow colder than I remembered. You know, lad, sometimes the truth brings peace, and sometimes it brings sadness. The fish is nae always what you thought it'd be when it bit the line. I dragged myself out of that cave and back to my village. And what I discovered next sent a spar through me thrice-pickled belly. All me kith and kin, old and bairn, ravaged by famine and cold. For none other than Captain Wanyik Wet had been fishing in their waters, sparing what few fish remained and taking them off-world. And so it was that I found myself once again in search of the dread captain and his crew. Not just for my own justice, but to liberate my very home. When we next speak, I'll tell you what became of my crusade. Coward.
Hey, Scuba. How's the water?
Fine. I just wanted to thank you for lending me your tank. Plenty more space for plenty more fishes, though. Let's keep them all spinning, eh?
Cal, I hope I'm not intruding, but what happened to your Jedi Master?
He died during the purge. Gave his life so I could escape. I can still hear his last words. Trust only in the Force.
Oh, Cal, I am so very sorry.
It was a long time ago.
2 centuries later, and Master Kree's last directive still rattles my memory banks.
I'll never forget. But that's how they're still with us.
I think you're right about that. busy, young Jedi.
What do we have here?
BD looks ready to head out.
Ah, Cal, we were just discussing what we should renovate next.
Just lots else to fix around here. Thanks to the raiders, you know.
Yes, of course, but surely we can find something a bit more inspiring for our next project than a water pump.
I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Hello, Cal.
So, it looks like we aren't the only ones who found romance on Kobo.
What, Turgle and 2 locked? I don't think that's in the stars.
Come now, Cal. That delightfully dark Maven has been casting wayward glances at you.
Marin? What was the look?
She's a hard one to read. You, however, couldn't be more obvious. So, what are you waiting for?
Good question. A lot going on right now.
Okay, don't get so caught up that you miss the small things. Because those are the things you'll remember.
Zig's right, Cal. I spent most of my life ensnared by opulence. None of that seems very important now.
Hey there.
If you need a hand, we're an oasis in the sand. And if you die in a thirst, well, a drink ain't the worst. And if you're running from a blaster, better run a little faster. Run to Pylo's Saloon, and we hope we see you soon.
Let's go.